I'm out of here. Let's go.
Happy Oktoberfest!
Derek goes after me. Here's
I am on the road again, but this time by myself.
Ooh, there's a crane thingy in a ditch in the car. Ooh, that's an accident.
I'm headed to have a sister's weekend up in Northwestern Montana. So I'm headed west on I-90 out of Sturgis, South Dakota.
Sorry about the bugs.
And we'll make my way up there. I think it's supposed to take about 11 hours, something like that. So we will see. So yes, the drive was a long one. It turned out to be closer to 11 and a half, maybe almost 12 hours. It was a long time by yourself. I only stopped twice. That's how I roll. But the scenery really made it worthwhile. The fall colors were just out in force, and I was able to see like one of the most spectacular sunsets I've seen. And I've seen a lot of sunsets. But it was really pretty, and the drive was, for being an 11.5-hour drive, it was actually really easy. I drove to Kalispell. We had rented a hotel room because Kathleen wasn't getting in until 12:30 that night, and so I was able to go in and relax a little bit before heading to the airport to pick up Kathleen. A pretty neat idea. There's no curb parking, only back in, which might not be a good idea for this Prius. I filmed us. We're in Kalispell, Montana. This is my sister Kathleen, and we are on the search for some breakfast. And we went to the Need Cafe, and they are closed because they went fishing. So on to the next. Well, after that, we found a cute little coffee shop cafe that had really good espresso drinks as well as some yummy quiche. And we had a nice little late breakfast. And then we stopped off at Costco and picked up some snacks and some, food for the Airbnb. And then, of course, we got some wine. And then we headed to Whitefish to go check into our condo. My sister wants to take all of the stuff. So the Airbnb that my sister found was really just amazing. It was right downtown, so centrally located. We could walk everywhere. They had kayaks and paddle boards we could use. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't quite warm enough to go down to the river, but we could have walked it next door and launched right into the river. So that was pretty neat, a pretty neat option. I would totally stay there again. The house, or the condo itself, was really just laid out really well. The living room and kitchen were really open. There was a beautiful rooftop.
Look, my sister's right there.
Deck with a jacuzzi that we utilized every day, and it was just really nice, made for some really pretty views. And we each had our own bedroom, our own bathroom, and it worked out perfect. So I would highly recommend it. If you want to know where it is, drop a comment and I will let you know where we stayed. So this is going to be our place for the next 4 nights. And we're going to have some good times. We're going to go in the jacuzzi. We're going to walk downtown. It's Oktoberfest in downtown Whitefish. So we're going to have a good time. Sister time. Woo! windy.
And rainy because there's hot.
Yeah, so we're supposed to go to Oktoberfest, but it just started raining. And Oktoberfest is outside in a park. So hopefully this is short-lived. Well, the storm subsided and we were able to walk around Whitefish a little bit and head to Oktoberfest. On the way, I looked up at one of the stop signs and what did I see? Our everyday getaway, Chris and Katrina, one of our favorite channels. We saw their sticker, so I had to give them a shout out. It was Oktoberfest.
Cheers! Happy Oktoberfest!
Well, we got into Oktoberfest. I think it was like $10 a person. Kathleen decided we needed hats because, why not? We weren't dressed like Oktoberfest, so we needed at least something to be festive. So we got our hats and got some beer, and if you've never been to an Oktoberfest, it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun having people there, and everyone's in a good mood. Everyone's drinking some beer and dancing to the Oom Papa band.
Let's see what's going on, Jay. Where are you from and what's your name? Rod from the great state of Whitefish.
And it's just a fun time. You talk to your neighbors, and I highly recommend going to an Oktoberfest in your town. Kathleen and I think we might want to go visit Oktoberfests all over because it was so much fun and so much beer.
That's a good sister right there. I don't like egg chips. You can do it from different angles.
A good time and a good night, and we walked there, so we walked back home. Easy peasy. Nice and safe. No driving. The next morning, which was Sunday, we got up and walked around a little bit. We went on the river trail, which was right steps from our condo, and explored that area.
Kathleen.
Pretty day. Look at that. Just gorgeous. And then we loaded up the Bronco and headed into Glacier National Park. So we're heading into Glacier National Park today. It's supposed to be about 54 degrees, and it should be beautiful with all the fall colors. Stick around.
Hey, Kathleen. I'm filming you.
We went into Glacier National Park and went to the ranger station where Kathleen and I bought a couple of matching hats because we love our hats. And then we went on going to the Sun Road, and of course had to pull out a few times to just take in the gorgeous scenery and some waterfalls and the fall colors, which were out in force. Being October, it was just a great time to go visit. We headed up the road some more and went to the Avalanche Trailhead. We took the hike. The Avalanche Trail did have some elevation gain. I think it was about 5.5 miles up and back, but it was a really nice hike. Quite a few people on it, but it wasn't crazy crowded like I can imagine it in the height of the season. How's your hike going, Kathleen? Getting up into the trees now. We got up to the lake and there was quite a few people at the beach. So we decided to continue on the trail and see if we could get around the lake and see if we could find some quieter places. If you do the avalanche trail at Glacier National Park, if you go to the beach, keep going. Keep going on the trail, and then you'll find your own beach. After our hike, we continued up the Going to the Sun Road towards Logan Pass Visitor Center. Going to the Sun Road.
One big.
Okay. We're at the Logan Pass Visitor Center. Pretty sure it's closed for the season. But we can walk around. So Kathleen, how did you like going to the Sun Road?
Loved it. It was awesome.
What was the prettiest? What was the best part? Logan Pass Visitor Center. Not too shabby. What's the temperature?
44. I think 44.
So, like perfect. Not too hot.
Look at that.
Looking right into the sun.
We'll go up this way.
Yep. I don't think Kathleen's ever been to Glacier National Park, and I hadn't been in quite a few years, and actually I've never driven it. I've always been on the back of a motorcycle, so it was a lot different in October and with me driving, but luckily I'm not afraid of heights. But if you are, just know it's worth it if you can get over that fear, because it is gorgeous. After a full day at Glacier National Park and driving around, we got back into Whitefish and headed downtown to get really good dinner and some drinks at a local restaurant. It was pretty good. And then we kind of called it an early night, after the jacuzzi, of course. The next day, which was Monday, we wanted to go back to Glacier National Park, but this time we wanted to try a different entrance. And I had read about one that was considered the local entrance. It's called the Polebridge Ranger Station, and it was the far northwest entrance of Glacier National Park. To get there, you take a dirt road that's, oh gosh, I think it was about an hour on this dirt road, but it was really well maintained. And just outside of the entrance, like maybe a mile, is the town of Polebridge. Polebridge, from what I read, it is off-grid, and their only electricity comes from either their solar panels or a generator. They don't accept credit cards. At the Mercantile, it has a little store with a bakery. We decided we have to stop and check it out. Found him. All right, how excited are you for this?
I'm super excited.
Huckleberry cream cheese Danish. Yummy. So we came to the Polebridge Mercantile, which is just about 2 miles or a mile and a half outside of the northwest glacier entrance. And Polebridge is this little tiny town that basically has a mercantile, and I heard there's a bar and grill there as well. And they had amazing pastries, super good, and no electricity, so only solar and propane. and we're in the middle of the road. Looks like the bar and grill is closed for the season. As we were leaving the Pole Bridge entrance of Glacier National Park, we checked out the map because Kathleen was wondering if we had to go back that hour down that dirt road or if there was a different way we could go. So we looked at the map and decided, looks like there might be a little circle that we could go, but I thought it was a smart idea to maybe inquire at the ranger station. So I asked and he took a look and he said, oh yeah, I mean, it's a little bit rough road, but you'll be fine in your Bronco. And so he just made sure that we had some kind of GPS and knew which kind of way we were going. And yeah, said we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's just a dirt road, two girls randomly going through the woods in Montana. What could go wrong? Ever been to a national park where there's so few people that you don't feel like you have it to yourself? Glacier National Park. This is Bowman Lake. We came into the Pole Bridge Ranger Station, drove up a little dirt road, and have the place to ourselves. Going on a Bronco adventure to Red Meadow Creek campground and then on to another town. So we are going in a different loop, is that right? Going a different direction. Don't want to double back if we don't have to. So that's what we're doing. But we do have a satellite Garmin GPS radio thing in case we get somewhere where we don't have good communication. So, safety first. And we got that charging.
And we have dog food in the back.
And we have why do we have dog food in the back? Because we went to Costco.
But the bear goes after me.
Just throw it in the dog. Here's all the dog food. See, that's safety right there. Freaking smart is what we are. Show you the road.
Jump the dog food.
I can't. It's right in the back.
Who knows did the bear food? How many pounds of dog food?
It's like a 40-pound bag of dog food in the back. So, yeah. Might not be the smartest, but they will.
Yeah.
Genius. Or it could be genius. Because we have, well, look, we're in the middle of nowhere and there's people. Oh, look at that. Not in the middle of nowhere. We have a beautiful log cabin. There's people. I know, I'm not gonna hit them. And there's a little campsite there. Not a terrible view. Just don't get drunk and fall over the cliff. Well, we didn't see much wildlife on our excursion, and we certainly didn't see any bears that we had to feed the dog food to, so that was good. We actually saw wildlife once we got back to town. That's where all the deer were. Well, go figure, right? We had a really great day at the northwest entrance of Glacier National Park, and that evening we just decided to stay in and go in the jacuzzi and have some wine. And we were hanging out in the jacuzzi and I look up and I've never seen the Northern Lights, but I have wanted to forever. It's been on my bucket list. It's something that every time there was the Northern Lights that would come into Oregon, I'd be like in Southern California visiting my family or something. So I've always missed them, and I decided, fine, I'll just go to Iceland and see them there. Well, I didn't have to. That night in the jacuzzi, the Northern Lights came out, and they came out in force, and it was spectacular. And it was just the perfect ending to the perfect sister trip, and it's something that I will remember my entire life.